You moved God, and He turned your enemies against themselves. You moved God, and He turned your enemies against themselves. What did you do, beloved? What did you actually do? There was something that you did, and perhaps you're not even conscious of what you did. You did something. The Lord said someone did something that moved God. Is it your giving, your praises, your worship? Your services? Someone did something. God said in the spirit, somebody did something. And this moved God. And He turned your enemies against themselves. Just like how He turned the enemies of Judah against themselves. 2 Chronicles 20, verse 20 to 23. They rose early in the morning and went out to the wilderness of Tekoa. And when they went out, Jehoshaphat stood and said, "Listen to me, O Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem. Put your trust in the Lord your God, and you will be established. Put your trust in His prophets and succeed." Then he had consulted with the people. He appointed those who sang to the Lord and those who praised Him in holy attire, as they went out before the army and said, "Give thanks to the Lord, for His loving kindness is everlasting." When they began singing and praising, the Lord sets ambushes against the sons of Ammon, Moab, and Mount Seir, who had come against Judah. So they were routed. Because you put your trust in the Lord and His prophet, you understood God's ways, God's purpose, and did the right and did the right things. God had to defeat your enemies. Those who rose up to fight against you began to fight against themselves. God turns your enemies against themselves. I heard the Lord say, God turns your enemies against themselves. Those who joined your enemies to fight against you are now fighting your enemies. For your enemies recruited people to fight against you. And then finally, God had to turn your enemies against themselves because of your praise, your worship, your obedience to God, your understanding, your honesty, your respect to the things of God and to the people of God. God has defeated someone's enemy this moment. God has turned someone's enemies against themselves this moment. In Jesus' mighty name, all things are yours. You have taken that territory. God has given your enemies for your ransom. God has given your enemies for your ransom. Therefore, this moment you are free. You are free. You are free. In Jesus' mighty name, rejoice, rejoice, because while they are at it, quarreling among themselves, fights among themselves, God is busy propelling you forward for a brighter future. In Jesus' mighty name, hallelujah.